Hello and good afternoon to everyone. My name is Faisal Firozali. I'm from section 302. The topic I was given was creating opportunities for the marginalized. So I broke down the topic into a subtopic, which is how will I empower marginalization as a teacher. Let's begin. Thank you. Marginalization is equal to social exclusion. Social exclusion, it means that it is the process of making a group of people less important or relegated secondary position. Means you disown some people from the society of higher standards. And marginalization is the process with something or someone is pushed to the edge of a group and assigned lesser importance. Means, for example, if you are a marginalized person and I am in a secondary position, so I will give lesser importance to you, lesser opportunities to you, and downgrade you in every manner I can. The UNESCO describes marginalization as a form of acute and persistent disadvantage in underlying social inequalities. Social exclusion is social disadvantage and downgrading to the edge of society, used across disciplines including education, sociology, psychology, politics, and economics. It is the process in which individuals or entire communities of people are systematically blocked from or denied full access to various rights, opportunities, and resources that are normally available to a members of a different group and which are fundamental to social integration within that particular group. Example: housing, employment, healthcare, civic engagement, democratic participation, and due process. These are some of the things that affect marginalization. It is sex, age, disability, ethnicity, religion, caste, chronic illness, occupation, asylum seekers and refugees, migrants, early school leavers, homeless persons, and single parents, unemployed persons, long term unemployment. These are some of the group of people which are affected by marginalization because of these categories. They are affected economically, culturally, politically, socially, and they face challenges like urbanization and population growth. Social inclusion, a series of positive actions to achieve equality of access to goods and services, to assist all individuals participate in the community and society, to encourage the contribution of all persons to social and cultural life, and to be aware of and to challenge all forms of discrimination. These are the this social inclusion is basically given to the secondary position people, and does not in majority parts of the society it is not given to the marginalized. Effective social inclusion results in each individual having an equal opportunity to make decisions that affect their quality of life, ensures the fullest participation of all members of the community, including minority groups. Factors affecting opportunities for the marginalized: poor and socially excluded living in jobless households or households with a low work intensity, mean there is not enough income, or high risk of poverty and social exclusion faced by children growing up in a lone parent family and in large families with three or more children, means the sole breadwinner is not able to provide for every child or every member of the family. One or both parents is in work but the income is insufficient to live the family out of poverty. Despite the both parents working, the family is still living under poverty. That means they do not have proper jobs or fixed jobs. The continuing impact of gender inequalities in terms of access to employment, levels or remuneration, and the sharing of caring responsibilities. The high risk of poverty and social exclusion faced by many immigrant children and children belonging to some ethnic minorities. Growing up in institutions with disabilities, victims of violence, abuse, and trafficking, migrants. These are also some categories of people who are factorized as being they are the target of being marginalized. The high levels of early school leaving and school failure, growing up in poor and socially excluded families, the multidimensional nature of poverty and social exclusion, which shows that income poverty and lack of resources are also frequently associated with having poor health, Living in inadequate housing and a dangerous environment or having poor access to key services such as health services. Educational disadvantage means they don't have enough education, so they can't get employed or get a proper job and they have to live below the poverty line. The lack of opportunities for many people living in poverty and social exclusion to participate fully in society and particular in normal social, cultural and sporting activities. Long term dependence on how low or inadequate income, how levels of death, insecure, low paid, low quality employment, as I mentioned before, low level of education, illiteracy is most it is one of the major factors of marginalized. People don't have a good education, they don't have a good job, and they end up in being the under the poverty line. Growing up in a vulnerable family, example single parent, this is again repeated as I mentioned earlier. Living in a area of multiple deprivation means crime, drugs, social antisocial behavior, criminal activities basically. Immigration immigration is when people from another country they migrate to another place, or from you migrate from your village to city and you don't have the opportunity that you should get. Ethnicity, racism and discrimination. Racism is one of the biggest parts. Like if you are an Muslim person in USA, then you will hardly get any jobs, good jobs, coming out of prisons and professional exclusion. How will I empower marginalization as a teacher? This is the topic that I thought I would break down to fully understand this topic. Key to success in inclusion: sensitive to the needs of the students and environment, strong commitment to student community, emphasis on social and community content in teacher training, school as a collection point of ideas, opinions, and perceptions among different people, promote understanding and sensitivity to others' opinions. Impact the learning of the students by improving barriers, promoting high expectations, and a positive environment characterized by continuous improvement in values. Recognize individual differences and implement learning strategies for all. We must teach our students to work together no matter of what race, ethnicity, or place they belong to. Quality, equality, and equity concepts should be translated into specific actions of educative interventions. The quality and equality part is same as we should treat every student as the same. Okay, every student should be treated the same, they should be given the same opportunity that you give to other students, the same strategy should be used for them as well. The collaborative work among educators, facilitators, facilitates inclusion. We should work together as teachers as well to overcome this problem. The inclusive teacher has a strong skill in action research methods, contextual preparation, opportunity for dialogue. We should give everyone a chance to speak, a freedom of expression, participation and collaboration to all as a community, which ensures successful experience in inclusion. Cross characterial multi-tiered formation. Diversity needs a global and a common vision, philosophy, values, legal frame, language and shared frame as learning theories, special education needs, support system, educational intervention strategies for large and small groups, and individuality, tutoring and cycling adjustments, and last but not the least is mentoring. And this is my reference. Thank you all.